We are here for some Geometry Dash demon grinding. I'd normally do this on a Saturday night, but things worked out differently, I would say. It's not exactly that they didn't work out, it's that they worked out differently. I was originally thinking I would be doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we are actually going to be doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which would normally not be possible. But this upcoming week, I am taking all of off, so I can stream whatever nights I want. And well, that happens to be last night, tonight, and Monday night. So we'll be doing our Geometry Dash demon grinding tonight. Next time I go live, we will be doing some more Pokemon X. So yeah, let us get right into it. Because we've got quite the demon to take down today. Hello, peoples! I am JoeDan54. And we're going to be getting right into it. On today's agenda is Decode X, which I have been practicing a fair bit. And I'm hoping I can beat this stream. Maybe we'll have time for some other levels as well. So let's get the Smacro set up, and then we will get going. Alright. Let's get right into it. So, Decode X. 2.0 version of Decode, early 2.0 version of Decode, and it shows. Very memory. Lots of awkward moments, not so good transitions, moving objects everywhere unnecessarily. The hallmark of 2.0 levels. Okay. I was like, there's no way I'm beating this in practice mode, right? There were a lot of things I wanted to talk about in this level, and I just kind of was ready to lock in there and not say anything until that attempt died. So, yeah, there's some invisible, like, speed changers and shit throughout the level, too. The pre-drop can be really annoying. There's, like, random places where it just breaks for no reason. The transition into the robot is really stupid, but it's also pretty easy once you learn it. And that UFO part, which I struggled with for an extremely long time last stream when I was learning this level initially, I do have a click pattern for it now. It's still really hard, but I know how it works. So, there's that at the very least. So, let's try and do some... Oh my god, that lag spike! That needs to not happen from Zero. What the fuck? Yeah, let's try and do some runs before we play from Zero. Yeah, there's like 2 clicks you do in that part where there's a ton of gravity portals, and you time them both so that they're right before you go into the gravity portal. So it essentially, like, flips your UFO, and you go flying in the other direction really fast. And it essentially is, like, compounded momentum. You do that 2 times in the right spots, and it carries you out unharmed. And I get the feeling that, you know, because this part in the original Decode is by far the most famous part of the level. In particular, because of that video by the Mute Troll. At 100% speed, does this look possible to you? Which does make me wonder, what... Yeah, I don't know what the Mute Troll is up to today, but I do wonder if he's seen WizKid's completion of Silent Poltergeist. But yes, you know, and throughout 1.9, like, that part in Decode went from, you know, the most infamous part of the level. It was a part that everybody struggled with because nobody was good at the wave. I can't remember if this level came out before 9 Circles or not. I think 9 Circles was first. But just, like, it was the epitome of harder than it looks, because it was, like, a really slow wave part that looked like a big gap, but nobody was good at the wave. Nowadays, that part is pretty easy. It's one of the easiest parts of the level. And as, you know, 1.9 progressed, especially with the release of levels like Sonic Wave and some of the other 9 Circles levels, people got a lot better at the wave. And, you know, that part of the level kind of lost its reputation from difficulty and more just from its legacy of being in a part of a video that exposed some cheaters like Noobas. And, what was I gonna say? So then I think Wreckage ended up responding to the newfound reputation of that part as actually being kind of easy, by making it a lot harder in this level. It's to the point now where that wave might actually be the hardest part of the level. It's definitely up there. It is way, way tighter than it looks because of the spikes. And the spikes stick out way more than you'd think they would. Fuck off. And yeah, this wave is kind of tough too, because in the original Decode, that wave was 2x speed, but in Decode X, it's 3x speed. Same with that ball. Music got crackly there for some reason. I don't know if you guys heard that. Oh, fuck. Was that where I died from Zero in practice mode? Okay, I think I'm ready to play from Zero. And yeah, the coins are in silly locations, too. They're all just like, okay, go in slightly different route. And, like, skip one orb or something. Like there. Damn it. Bad jump. That transition is so bad. Oh my god. That's pretty cringe, bro. That jump at the beginning, by the way, is really fucking stupid. Because you can try and get the coin and then die to something that there's no indicator for if it has a hitbox or not. That's one of the worst coins I've ever seen in a rated level. It's so bad. Oh my god. What was that entrance? Why was I so low? My original Decode experience was certainly something, by the way. That was back when I still played on my iMac. And I think I beat Decode after I beat the Realistic, so Decode wasn't ever my hardest. But I was sort of playing and practicing them in parallel. Move these out of the way, get more space for my hand. Okay, man. And, yeah, Decode, pissed me off. You know, nowadays it's considered one of the definitive easy demons. It's aged really well. There's essentially a Geometry Dash holiday celebrating the level's release. Every March 11th is Decode Day. But yeah, somebody who's hardest at the time. Actually, what was my hardest before I had beaten the Realistic or Decode? I think it was probably Deadlocked. I think my hardest was actually Deadlocked. I consider Decode to be slightly harder than Deadlocked. Oh, nice lag spike. Guess we're still getting those. Fuck this, man. That UFO part's so shit. And that ship part probably wouldn't be so bad, except the transition into it is dog shit. That part you just kind of have to do the click pattern and then just hope you don't randomly die. And the transition into the wave is also terrible because the speed changer is invisible. So you kind of just have to start clicking and pray. Ah! And that part's fucking terrible, too. Because of the camera. I hate that part. It's one of the easiest parts in the level to, like, time late and then say, okay, I won't make that mistake next attempt, and then you time it early. It's overcompensate bait. I do wonder if this is the hardest demon level I have left on my way to beat 200 demon levels. If I recall correctly, this is demon number 189 for me. So we're getting there. The reason 200 is significant, by the way, aside from it just being, you know, a major milestone. This is a promise I made to myself, I think at this point, like, almost a decade ago. That once I beat 200 demon levels, I would start playing at a refresh rate beyond 60 Hz. Yep. I was gonna say this ship can be chokeable too. That sucks though, because that's like right at the end of that ship part, and then there's the cube part, which is chokeable. It's a memory part that's easy to panic on and do the wrong thing on. But yeah, basically, the idea would be that I would get to 200 demons and then sort of like take the training weights off and then go all out. Because like, you know, back in 2.0, even having a refresh rate on your monitor above 60 was controversial. There was a large section of the community that considered that an unfair advantage. All right, man. You know, of course, back then we didn't have Mega Hack. We didn't have anything like that. If we did, it would probably not be allowed. So some people considered it almost like a pay-to-win. But, you know, the original player that popularized using high refresh rate monitors in the first place, Riot, he had a high refresh rate monitor long before he was a GD player. then, of course, there were some people that started buying 144 Hz monitors specifically for GD. And there was a group of people, led by a guy named Rippy. Okay, fuck off. That considered, you know, 144 Hz to be unfair, it was cheating, this and that. It was certainly an interesting time. There it is! Nice! Let's go, baby! It's funny, I was like telling bits and pieces of the story each time an attempt died. Every time I got, like, to the wave in the pre-drop, I'm like, alright, it's time to lock in. But yeah, so that was a thing for a while. And of course, 144 Hz, you know, is still the meta. Most of the best players in the world were 144 Hz players in 2016. You know, Riot, Serve, Trusta, Blast CFB, Sunix. Really, the only players that were able to keep up below 144 Hz were Carmal, formerly Crazyman50, and Super X, who played at a refresh rate above 60, but below 144. I believe he played at 100 Hz. But with, like, a really low, really quick response time. Which sort of made up for that. Oh, my God. For those wondering what I'm reacting to, there's, a Pokemon bot that is doing shiny hunts to do a Professor Oak Living Dex challenge in Pokemon Emerald, and they just found another... Or wait, hold on. No, okay, alright. They just found a second shiny Whalmer, which is what they needed. They've been finding shinies left and right. They just finished the hunt for a shiny Chimecho today, and then since then they found 4 shinies today. 2 Vulpix and 2 Whalmer, which is just insane. I would assume the hunt is just going to continue, though, because in that same location they can get Staryu, and it looks like they're only going to get 1 Staryu now, so I guess they don't have access to a Water Stone to evolve it into Starmie. I think in order to get those, you probably need to beat Tate and Liza and get Dive, so that's probably why they're waiting. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, basically, the idea was, my opinion at the time was, I think people are way overreacting to the idea that 144 Hz is some sort of automatic skill boost, you know? But at the same time, it was difficult to ignore the fact that 144 Hz was an advantage, particularly with the ship. And so, you know, I was interested in getting one as well, but it wasn't exactly a top priority. So, and also around this time, Trusta was... This was before anybody had beaten Sonic Wave. And so Trusta was racing with a lot of other people at the time to try and become the first to beat it. And he had uploaded a pretty significant progress of the level, about half of it, I think. And he had said he, like, just got something called the G502, and that it was amazing. And I do wonder how many sales of a G502 that one video got. I do wonder if Logitech ever, like, at the very least sent him a thank you note in the mail or something, because, well, that's my mouse of choice to this day. The meta for input device of choice in Geometry Dash has long since moved past the G502. And frankly, I'm not using the same G502 model that I used to use. I used to use, I think it was called like the G502 Proteus Core or something. That's the one I got for Christmas in 2017. But though I got 2 of them, and both of them started double clicking within a couple years of use. This one is probably nearing the end of its life. There are definitely some issues that I've experienced with it. But it's a different G502 model, and it's lasted a lot longer. So regardless of how much longer it lasts from here, it's done a much better job. It's also, I feel, more comfortable, more durable. It's just better overall. And that's the G502 Hero. I started using that in 2021, and it has served me well since. It's started to degrade, I've noticed, but I've gotten more than 4 years of use out of it already, which for a Geometry Dash player who clicks like this, that's pretty good. And, you know, this is not the only game where I do intense clicking. As a Nikkei player, I do have to click quite a bit on the screen to aim precisely and do things like sniper micro. So, yeah, sniper and rocket launcher micro. So, yeah, this has gotten quite a bit of use out of it, and we'll see how long it continues to serve me. Well, basically, the idea was, when I hit 100 demons, I'll start using the G502. So until then, I was just using, like, a random mouse that I had, like a random office mouse or something. And when I hit 200 demons, I'm gonna up my refresh rate to 144. I'm gonna get a 144 hertz monitor, and I'm gonna start using that. But then, of course, the meta for refresh rates also evolved. And especially starting around in 2019, because 2016 you had the 144 hertz revolution. In 2019, you had the 240 hertz revolution, where it basically had all the benefits of 144 hertz's higher refresh rate, but amplified, and with some of the drawbacks not present. Because 144 hertz had some issues where, like, it would cause bugs on certain levels because of object alignment, because 144 is not a multiple of 60, and so the frame-based movement ticks would result in you being sort of misaligned, and some parts sometimes being physically impossible, or just being ridiculously inconsistent. Two particularly well-known examples of this at the time were Colorful Overnight, which is one of my favorite levels Woogie's ever made, and Galactic Fragility, which is not a level with a lot of polish on it, despite the fact that it looks gorgeous for a 1.9 level. It was like a super late 1.9 collab. But, you know, a pattern, especially back then, was if an insane or an extreme demon, especially a mega collab, if it ended up having been hack verified, the gameplay was probably shit. And this was pretty accurate for a lot of mega collabs. This was the case for Galactic Fragility, because Cyclic hack verified it. This was the case for... I think Aftermath was originally hack verified. The version on the demon list now is the rated version, that is, was legitimately verified by Satcho, but that's just because it was an unmodified version of nice Pog Cube, or an unmodified version of a previously hack verified level. Athanatos was hack verified. The gameplay in that level is shit. Galactic Fragility, as I mentioned. Mystic was hack verified by End level. The gameplay in that level is terrible. Slaughterhouse has terrible gameplay. IMO. The only exception, it seems like, to that rule is Zodiac. Because Zodiac was hack verified by Xander. But that level doesn't really have terrible gameplay. It has balancing issues, but I feel like those balancing issues, in a way, contribute to the level's memorability. I think I remember Mindcap talking about this on Twitter at one point, where he was like, if a Mega Collab, especially, level is perfectly balanced, then parts have a harder time standing out, and the level loses some of its memorability because of that. But with a level like Zodiac, when you think of hard gameplay in Zodiac, you think of TMN Gaming, you think of Penuto, you think of Shoxidian, you know? You think of parts that became iconic because they're difficulty spikes. Same thing with Bloodbath. When you think of difficult parts in Bloodbath, you think of the crazy straight flying you have to do in Etzer's part. You think of Michigan's ridiculously hard UFO. Was that a dinosaur robot? Do I have that one? I don't. I need 3,000 user coins for that. Fucking hell. The achievement for that is called swag. Okay. I'm super getting off topic, but basically, yeah. So, 240 hertz became popular, and then during the pandemic, that went up to 300, and then 360. And then when 2.2 came out, it went back down to 240, because the game is locked at a maximum of 240. Let me actually see here. I actually don't know where you change the frame rate. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Advanced. If I turn this off, maybe? I don't know. Unlock FPS. There you go. Okay, yeah. So, here's the thing. I was going to wait to get a 240 hertz monitor until I beat 200 demons. I, as of just now, have beaten 189. So I'm pretty close. And it might be too early to call, but I think the vast majority, if not all of the levels leading up to 200 are actually easier than Decode X. The next one, by the way, I think is one of, if not the first... No, it's not the first, but one of the first, and the first one I'm going to go after, demon that I'll be beating on stream that is a Nong Song demon. And it's one of the originals. Oh, nice sound effect. But basically, I was going to wait until I'd beaten 200 demon levels to get my high refresh rate monitor, but here's the thing. As of right now, I don't have any monitors or TVs or anything in my house that go above 60 hertz. And the reason that's a problem is at the beginning of next month, Metroid Prime 4 comes out. A game that can run at up to 120 frames per second. And I want every frame I can get out of that game. I think it'll look absolutely beautiful running at 120 frames per second. Because I don't need no 4K. But if I can go above 60 FPS, oh, give me that shit. Yeah, 1080p is all I need. But if I can go above 60 FPS, that's what I want. Give me 120 FPS, give me 240 FPS, give me that. I will gladly prioritize frame rate over resolution. The only screen in my house that goes above 60 right now is my phone, which goes up to 120. Which makes Geometry Dash very interesting to play on that. And has actually been a deterrent for me to play Geometry Dash on my phone because it'll, like, mess up my muscle memory. So, I have actually ordered a 240 hertz monitor. And I think it's coming later today or tomorrow. So that'll be pretty exciting. I won't actually be using it on stream until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. I'll be using it for that. And I won't be using it for Geometry Dash or anything else for that matter until I beat 200 demon levels. And that has been my plan for a long time. Those who know about 20GD, the Geopocalypse, there's basically the idea of it was a way of showcasing and talking about demon levels that I've beaten and showing my completions of them, and talking about if there's history behind them and all that kind of stuff, my opinions of them, adding a little bit of a review. And I would also make 8-bit remixes of every song for the demon levels that are featured there, which I'm going to do up to demon number 100, and then I'm just going to stop doing that because that's way too much effort. But, there's sort of like a story in that series as well, where the idea is there's like this... I didn't really flesh out the story much, but basically there's like... it's like a post-apocalyptic universe where demons have invaded the world, and I have been tasked with beating every single one of them. You know, defeating every single one of them. Taking them all down. And... you know, the creators are essentially antagonists, whether they know it or not, who are releasing all of these demons unto the universe. And there are other people who are out there, you know, going after these demons as well. And what I ended up doing was, there's this famous copy pasta that originates from Super Smash Bros. Melee, a game known for its attempt to perfectly optimize technical play. The strongest character in that game, without a doubt, is Fox. And so the idea was, if you followed, Nash Equilibrium all the way to its logical conclusion, then at the end of the meta for Smash Bros. Melee, everybody would play Fox. And everybody would play perfectly. So the copy pasta goes like this. The year is 20XX. Everyone plays Fox at TAS, or TAS, levels of perfection. And because of this, the winner of a game depends solely on port priority. Because that was a mechanic in Smash Bros. Melee, where depending on what port your controller is plugged into, you would win certain otherwise tied situations, like if both of you tried to grab each other on the same frame, or try and grab the ledge on the same frame, stuff like that. And the way that matches usually go in Melee is you would play rock, paper, scissors to decide what port you want to go into. And, in most levels of competitive play, this doesn't matter much. But in the year 20XX, this would be the decider of matches. And the whole... It takes this joke even farther by basically saying the Melee metagame has turned into the rock, paper, scissors metagame. It was pretty funny. But it's kind of sad looking back on that now, because the player who was the main, pusher of this ideology and believed in Fox more than anybody is no longer with us. He was harassed and shunned from the community, given the most severe bans you've ever seen for things that really weren't that serious, and ended up attempting to take his own life last year and suffering from injuries that he would eventually die from this year. And ever since then, I've stopped following the scene because especially the reaction to his death was just disgusting from the community. And yeah, it's just there's no hope for it in my opinion. And especially with the combination of that and also esports just dying, it's just I've completely lost interest in that. which is a damn shame because Omsa's my goat, and even with him, there's still just, the scene has just lost its luster. But, you know, long before then, I saw a similar sort of meta happening in Geometry Dash, where I'm just like, you know, there's sort of hardware meta happening in Geometry Dash, and I think it's kind of funny. What would the year 20 GD look like? And so I made my own version of that copy pasta. The year is 20 GD. Everyone plays Geometry Dash at task levels of perfection. Because of this, and I extended the sentence. It was task levels of perfection on 144 Hz with the G502. Because of this, the verifier level depends solely on mental capacity, and the difficulty meta has evolved to the point where Extreme Demon is no longer a sufficient qualifier for the hardest levels. This was right around the time that Combined had verified Artificial Ascent, which for a brief period of time was top 1. It was put actually above Sonic Wave. And it was actually, I wouldn't say the general consensus, but it was a pretty popular opinion from people to say that Artificial Ascent was actually harder than Sonic Wave. Which it was not the case for very long. And those two are separated by a lot on the legacy list now. But, when Combined verified Artificial Ascent, he didn't call it an Extreme Demon. He called it a Legendary Demon. That was the first time I recall there being a label for a demon level above Extreme that kind of stuck. You would see Legendary Demon used as the demon difficulty for quite a few levels, moving on from that. It's still not very common today because, you know, it's not an in-game rating. I kind of made a bold prediction that Legendary Demon would be added as a demon difficulty beyond Extreme, and that there would be another difficulty added for, like, Bloodlust difficulty levels and onward, and of course now Bloodlust is a legacy demon. And it was a name I came up with, the source, I made it up. Hardcore Demon. So there would be 2 difficulties above Extreme, Legendary and Hardcore. And then, of course, the end of the copy pasta is not exactly part of the copy pasta, but I added a bit of it as the intro for the series, where it would introduce me as the protagonist of the series. I liked being a storyteller. I'll still probably be leaning into that for those series. And probably leaning into it a bit for Nostalgic Throwdown as well. And of course, JoeDan54 reacts as well. The thing is, though, you know, that beginning part with 144 Hz with the G502, it's pretty outdated now, huh? What would it be now? I guess everyone plays Geometry Dash at task levels of perfection. With Mega Hack and the Seo device. Is the Seo device still considered meta for Geometry Dash? Or is there like a specific keyboard model that's considered meta, like the Razer Huntsman or whatever? I think Razer also has multiple peripheral equipment pieces that are Geometry Dash references. Not literally. But they have one called, like, Ouroboros and another called the Tartarus or something. And, of course, now, talking about Legendary Demon and Hardcore Demon, I'm just thinking of the fucking, image of all the fake difficulties beyond Extreme Demon. Let me see if I can find it. It's really funny. You guys have probably seen this. This one's a classic. Yeah, okay. Demon. Do not save that as a WebP. God, the WebP is such a fucking garbage file format, not compatible with anything. Okay, there it is. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before. This is a classic. There's so much happening on here. Legendary Demon is there, by the way. But yeah, there's Extreme Demon, then you got Impossible Demon, Buffed Demon, Legendary Demon. There's so many layers to this image. Corrupt Demon, Grandpa Demon is there, which I think is the name of an achievement in-game now. I think Tarcerado Demon is also the name of a demon achievement. Let me actually see. Yeah, okay, so... let's see. Yeah, Tarcerado Demon, there it is. That's so good. Okay, I don't think Grandpa Demon is an achievement in game, although it looked like there was going to be a gauntlet that used that as a bit, but it was something else. Yeah, Corrupt Demon, Blood Demon, Corrupt Demon, Silent Demon, Endpoint Demon, which is honestly kind of a sick name. Infinite Demon, Ancient Demon, Demon, Erebus Demon, just naming it after an extreme demon in-game. Gauntlet Demon, there's the Grandpa Demon. The Tarcerado Demon, which doesn't even look like a face. It's just like static with like flower petals. They just keep adding horns until the face is consumed by them. Some of them are probably ingrown. It's probably just painful. That's probably why all the faces are contorted. Yada Demon, Golden Demon, again, named after extreme demons in-game. Mega Demon, Super Demon, Ultra Demon, Infinite Demon. There's 2 Infinite Demons. And then finally, Final Boss, which that one actually does look badass. It's so good. And let's also not forget Extremely Furious Demon. That's another classic. Extremely Furious Demon. I don't know if there's a clean image for that, but that one's another classic. I think it's an emote in certain servers. Alright, I'm getting off track. Been ranting for a while. So the next demon, like I said, it uses a Nong song, and it's one of the original levels to do so, although it was not a Nong song when it first came out. Very famous level called Theory of Skrillex by Nubuz. What demon difficulty is this? I've always wanted to play this level. Yeah, as you can see. This is a medium demon. And now that I think about it, this is probably going to get the stream fucking destroyed by DMCA. So I'm going to have to be a little careful. We're going to get VOD muted up the ass. One of my Zelda VODs got fucking copyright claimed, by the way, on YouTube. Content ID is just getting unhinged. Even more so than it already was. But let me go to GD Song File Hub, because I need to get the song. I'm definitely doing that. GD Song File Hub. I would assume one of the most famous Nong song levels is on here. Let's see, Theory. Okay, maybe it'll actually respond to my keyboard. Cool search bar you got here on this website. Theory of Skrillex. There it is. There's so many different options for Theory of Skrillex. A bunch of people have made, like, mashups and shit. I love that the first one, I recognize that thumbnail. That's Alex Payne's thumbnail, back from when he beat this level over a decade ago. Alright, does that match? It should. There it is. Okay. So yeah, this is probably going to destroy the stream with copyright, so I'm ready for it. Okay, for some reason I remembered the beginning of that part. Yeah, you actually have to use some of the X orbs. The game betrays you. You would hope that the mouse clicks would be enough to prevent copyright detection, but not so. Oh, shit. Oh! I have to hold there. Yeah. Call 911 now! Oh, the drop is just like Theory of Firepower. Okay. What the fuck? But yeah, this is one of the first levels to get its song deleted from Newgrounds. The most famous examples of that from 1.9 were probably this, Death Moon, and pretty well-known song by Virtual Riot that was really popular in 1.9 called Energy Drink. It's the one that goes. Which I think is actually usable in-game again now. Same with Death Moon. You can use Death Moon again in-game now. What the hell do you do here? Oh, you can actually make that jump. Okay. You can do that too. Wait, hold on. If you time that late enough, you can do that. That's funny. It's probably not what's intended. That's easier anyway. Okay. And yeah, this part, I believe, was used in Ultimate Demon Mix by Zobros. Which, like, if your level got into Ultimate Demon Mix by Zobros, you know it was an iconic level. I think I've beaten most levels that are in Ultimate Demon Mix now. Because there's, like, there's Decode. I've either beaten or made significant progress on them. There's a few I haven't beaten. Windy Landscape, Supersonic, Cataclysm. But, like, you know, Nine Circles I've beaten. Chaos Impact I've beaten. Decode. I'm about to beat this. I don't remember if Theory of Firepower was in it. It might not have been. And of course, Karmal famously beat Ultimate Demon Mix with a custom song that replaced Ultimate Destruction, which is what Ultimate Demon Mix uses, with the snippets from the original bits of the songs and stuff. Which he also did for Obscurum, which made it... it's very strange listening to that. This duel's, like, really simple, but it's breaking my brain. Oh my god, lag. Okay. Let me watch that again. Oof, yeah. Went down to 42 there. Oh, this wave is iconic. Yeah. Oh man, that wave was so nostalgic. Oh man, the memories of seeing this for the first time on Alex Payne's channel. Did he edit in Mom Get the Camera at the end of his completion? I hope he did. I should call this stream VOD, Demon Grinding like it's 2015. Oh god, I didn't realize that would be a UFO, okay. I actually don't remember this part at all. Oh shit. I need a click pattern for that. Oh, I remember this ball part though. This is like the ball part in Theory of Firepower. Nice, okay. Alright, let's do some runs. Oh god. Jeez. Sometimes I die to that way earlier than I just expect. Okay. Oh, man. Let me actually see something here real quick. Yeah, let's move those a little bit. Let's move those over here. Seeing the bottom of the screen while I'm practicing is pretty important. I'm surprised it took me almost 2 years since 2.2 has come out, which, holy fucking shit, it's been almost 2 years since 2.2 came out, to actually change the practice mode checkpoint zone. And that this level was the level that made me decide to do that. But yes, this will be demon number 190 for me. Oh, shit. Oh my god! Oh, this part is so fucking weird. Okay, definitely don't want to jump there. Oh my god! I'm, like, genuinely concerned about the copyright claims that are gonna come from me playing this. Maybe I should have gone with the Pitch Down remix, or one of the mashups, I don't know. I'm kind of raw dogging it right now. Yeah, that part's a lot easier when the checkpoints aren't in the way. Oh god, the transition. You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna look up Alex Payne's completion of of Theory of Skrillex, assuming it's still up. God, I hope it is. Fuck yeah, it is. Hard Demon, yeah. With a 4 in place of the A. 10 years ago, 3.7 million views. What a goat. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, that's iconic. Does he do Mom Get the Camera at the end? Let's find out. Let's see. No? That's crazy. Okay. Which one was it where he did that? It might have been Insidious Step. Which is like the most forgotten demon that Alex Payne beat. Let's see. There it is. I don't have Mom Get the Camera on my soundboard, but I should definitely like get it specifically for this completion. You know what? I'm feeling a little content pilled. Let's do it. Mom Get the Camera.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
I need just the part where he says, Mom, get the camera. Okay, I don't want to have to edit out the Mom, get the camera part on stream. So if I can just get the Mom, get the camera part, that would be great. It's harder than I thought it would be. But my hope will never die. This really is 2015 demon grinding. Alright, whatever, man. I'll fucking download it as is. We'll make it work. Also, fuck Cobalt. Because that shit does not work. YTDLP is the way. Used to use 4K video downloader, but, it's age restricted? Hold on. What about the original? Don't tell me the original's age restricted. Okay. What format do we want here? Probably just want one of the audio onlys, yeah. Give me that. Okay. It's right there, okay. You guys know that image of the guy using, like, a fucking sword to cut, like, steak or something? That's how I feel right now, using Adobe Premiere to trim this audio. There it is, okay. That's what we want. And I am not going to lower the audio, because that would that would ruin the intent of this. Okay, good. And now, I haven't added something to my Stream Deck in ages. I hope I remember how to do it. Right, I need an image too. What I'm doing right now is so stupid. Oh my god. It's insane. Okay. I'll just use this. Okay. No. Okay, drop image. I promise this will be worth it. What the fuck? Okay, no thanks. There we go, okay. That's not how you spell camera. Okay. Then we get the file. Good. We get the image. Not that one. Where the hell did I save it? There it is. Nice. All right. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. And we are going to play that when I beat this. Damn it. I'm just thinking about the way I'm gonna do my reaction when I beat this level. There's so many ways I could do it. I'm not usually somebody who does fake reactions for clips. I'm not Vortrox, but or any of the other, you know, overly content-pilled Geometry Dash players who beat a level and then can't do a genuine celebration because they need to milk their reaction for children. But this is definitely the exception. We need to go all out for this one. I hope I don't choke the ending because I'm thinking about my reaction. Okay, that was 45 to 100. Oh my god. This part's kind of whack, not gonna lie. What the hell are you supposed to do there? What are you doing in that situation? Okay. But my hope will never die! No! Oh, right, you don't want to hit that orb. That orb's a mirage. That part kind of reminds me of a Noxism's ending, of all things. And then it cuts to Mix's reaction. Yes! His mic just starts clipping into oblivion. Oblivion, of course, also being a Geometry Dash reference. I don't know if I've talked about this, by the way. I did put it in a thumbnail for one of my Geometry Dash VODs. But, in Nikke, there are these encounters you can do around, essentially, the hub world. It's called the Outpost. And they're just like little, you know, story beats randomly to have certain characters interact with each other and stuff. And there's one that unlocks specifically after you do certain events in a campaign, where, let's just say there are two characters that run a club, and something happens to those two characters, which leaves that club, you know, they're not there to run it anymore, so it's abandoned. And one of the encounters is called Silent Club. And it's supposed to be like this, you know, it's like this sad encounter where there are some characters that are there, like, exploring this club that's abandoned, and it's called Silent Club. The fucking Geometry Dash. And here's the thing, Nikkei is a Korean game. And of course, Geometry Dash is big in Korea. So, there's a non-zero chance that somebody at Shift Up is like a avid Geometry Dash fan and decided to make that the name. Nice. The half-assed flickering during this part is very funny. There's a death effect that says LOL? That's fucked up. How is that even added in 1.9? Because I knew you could do stuff like that starting in 2.0. Is that just there for... Was that a frame-perfect death? Of, like, circumstance? What is that? How did I pass this first try? I don't know, man. What the fuck did I do? Ah, okay. You have to hold that out. Understood. That's a classic dual gimmick. God damn. The speed changer there is fucked up. Ah! What was that bug? It happened again! What is happening? Oh, jeez. gotta hold there. Yep. You know, it's funny, I was looking at that UFO part there where you have to click after each portal. This part right here. And I was thinking to myself, you know, this is really reminiscent of Sock Up in Hell. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was made by the same person. Jeez. I think I keep clicking too early there. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! Yeah, it's not gonna work. I need to hold for much earlier there. I need to not click twice there. Once is plenty. Fuck. Figure out when I need to click there. Just do that. No? Now I don't get it, because I had it working, and now I don't. What? My brain is fucking exploding right now. Do I just need to do that? I guess so. Okay. Come on, man. Okay. That part feels like RNG. There's a lot of inconsistent bullshit in this level. And it's all, like, concentrated in one specific area. That part... I'm doing the same thing every time I get to that part. And it's sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Again, same click pattern I did before when it was working, and now suddenly it's not working. And the spot that I die at is random, too. What the fuck are you supposed to fucking do? Nice bug. Happened again there. I think I might have a click pattern. Part. That part still just has like a 10% chance of not working. And my jump, for some reason, likes to not register in that part. Do-da-da-da. That's a good start. That's a good checkpoint. We like that checkpoint. That part's still RNG. Yeah, that was a bad click pattern. I should have known better. Gotta make sure we have the cube down. That's fine. Alright, I think we're ready to play from zero. I should play this with, like, sunglasses for the bit. I don't think I have any sunglasses nearby. I keep them for, JoeDan54's outfit. I need to remember to hold there. I need to remember to not do that there. You can't be serious. Fuck off! God, this level sucks. This level's lucky that it's got comedic value. How did that register as a purple orb? That's a 2.2 moment. That's some orb priority bullshit. I was definitely in the blue orbs hitbox. It happened there too! The fucking purple orb takeover is happening right now in real time. Wasn't paying attention. That was all me. The blue orbs are also fucking eating the yellow orbs. There's a whole ass totem pole that's happening right now. And the purple orbs are on top, baby. Nice lag spike. .9 level with like maybe 2,000 objects lagging the game. I don't understand why this is the hardest part of the level. I'm gonna start forgetting parts of the level because I'm in fucking first part jail. Like, knowing not to fucking jump there, that probably wouldn't have been a problem if I was getting there, you know, more than 0.001% of the time. But first I have to pass this fucking silent cube. Another lag spike. Rob Top Programming strikes again. That part's just a mini-golf transition. It only works when it feels like it. It fucking happened again! Fuck this level! Oh my god! What fucking abysmal dog shit. Oh my god, I forgot to jump. What? Why did one of them fall? This might be worse than Theory of Firepower. I can't believe I'm playing 2 demon levels this stream, and one of them, the one that's worse, is not Decode X. For all of that level's flaws, it at least functions. It's at least a level. This is just a bunch of fucking scraps thrown together with a stupid song. Oh! 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 Oh my fucking god! Oh! No! Oh! 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 This level's fucking garbage, by the way. Just wanted you to say. I already disliked it. Alright, well, that was worth it, I guess. There's a 7-star, also called Theory of Skrillex. Should we beat this? Let me see. Sure, why not? This was probably a much better level, so let's do it. It just keeps saying Skrillex over and over again. Oh my god, silent club step. There's no deco at all. That's crazy. Oh no! Oh god. That part looks like cancer. Having fun until I wasn't. I'm too far in now, so we have to beat it. It's a lot of flashing. Oh, no, don't go that way. You're not allowed to be a bottom in this level. Okay, the level just ignored my click there. So, oh my god! Can... theory of PowerPoint! Ignore this. There we go. Yeah, try to ignore my click that time, bitch. Okay, this level sucks too. How do I wash the taste of a bad level out of my mouth? With another bad level. Wave. This is definitely a longer level than Theory of Skrillex. Oh my god! Cutting that a little close, huh? Oh god. What's happening? How was I supposed to know? See, shit like this is why you can never not do practice mode with, like, any level that's above 5-star. Because you never know when they're gonna pull some fucking bullshit like that. Anti-sight read tech. Oh, that's cool. I was looking at the structuring of this level. I'm like, I feel like you can overshoot and just die on the wall. It's not enough that the orb can be completely unreachable. It can also just kill you. Oh, this level's on the same level of dog shit as the other one. Let's see how many other fucking bullshit blind transition timings there are. And you can't just blindly click whenever something like that is about to happen either, because that can just as easily kill you as it can save you. And usually it's safer to just not click. We get lucky in a few parts, and then we win. For all the bad transitions in this level, that duel is fortunately not one of them. But exiting the duel, yeah, about that. What were they thinking?
No, get the camera! Money! Money! Oh my god!
Alright, well, that was silly. We've now beaten both rated levels named Theory of Skrillex. That's really funny that there's two of them. So that is 190 demons. The next one that we'll be going after is called... I know absolutely fucking nothing about this level. It's called Butterfly Effect by Linko, and it is an easy demon, which means we can probably beat this before I end the stream. Let's do that. Make up for some lost time. Is that Linko or Lingo? It's Linko, okay. I have him down on my spreadsheet as Lingo. I wonder if that was a name change or I just misread. Alright, easy demon. Let's do this thing. This isn't a 9 circles level, is it? Because I'm pretty sure after Head Rush, I didn't put any other 9 Circles levels on my list of levels I wanted to beat for a long time. Oh my god? Wait a minute. This definitely looks like a 9 Circles level. I like this song. It is a 9 Circles level! Why did I put this on my fucking list? Okay, well, if we're doing this, then I need to put this on stream. Oh, gravity portal alert. Sight reading. Oh, fuck. What I get for opening my mouth. I was kind of gaming there for a moment. Oh! Yeah, who needs hitboxes turned on? Oh my god. What the hell is this ending? Well, those are surprisingly generous hitboxes. Okay. What if I could do that? Jesus Christ, that lag spike. Oh, you gotta do that. Okay. That's an interesting ending. What made me choose this level for the list? What was going through my head? I'm sure I had a good reason. I just don't remember what that reason was. Also, nice run. Oh, jeez. Damn it. We're lagging. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I need to look away for a moment. The flashing in this level is pretty intense, so... Nice. So that was dropped to 100. We need to, properly learn the beginning now. God damn it. Okay. Nice, 6-7. Apparently I have 6% on this level from something. So I must have played this level and recognized, like, oh, that's the structuring of a 9 Circles level. Why is this here? I mean, I guess I could potentially look up, like, YouTube videos of it, where I would probably have seen this level for the first time. But, like, those videos might have also just been lost to time, because Geometry Dash players really like to delete their YouTube channels. Oh, fuck me. Oh my god, the fucking lag spikes. What is happening? Let me close Premiere and see if that helps. What am I doing? Damn it. No, what am I doing? What is happening? What the fuck on my computer is fucking eating up 10 trillion yottabytes of RAM? I would have beaten this level like 12 times by now. But my CPU has other plans. Of course, you know, any other game would not care about a CPU deciding to shitpost. But this game has 0 lines of defense when it comes to optimization. Which is still a step up from what it had before 2.2, obviously, but you know, we're not working with much here. Song is like stuttering. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that part's difficult. I got past what I thought was the hard part, but, you know, there were still hard parts inbound. That would have been a pretty nice fluke, but unfortunately, levels like this aren't meant to be fluked. Too many hard parts right towards the end. There it is. Nice. Honestly, not a bad level. Just my fucking game copy's being a piece of shit. Okay, I am still in the dark as to why that's on my list. How did I even come across this level? Let me see. Butterfly effect. Apparently someone made a remake of it called Hue Effect. The only thing I can think of is, like, maybe Jake, who went back then as a Sharney or something like that. One of the first victors of Sonic Wave, Verifier, Battleship Vortex. Best wave player in the world for a long, long time, and when he was the best wave player in the world, no one was really even close. And he was like the 9 Circles guy. He was the first person in the world to have beaten every 9 Circles demon after Sonic Wave was out. So maybe, like, as I was making this list, his YouTube completion of this came in my sub feed, and he said it was really, really good. Because based on the search results I saw, people really seem to like this level. So maybe that's why. I have no idea. But that brings us up to 191 demons. Only 9 remain. And the next level that we're going to be going after is... Does that actually use Back on Track? Oh, shit. That's funny if true. It does. Forbidden by Jazor, which uses Back on Track. So that'll be the demon for next time. It's apparently an easy demon, so... I'm almost tempted to try and go after it this stream. We're not going to do that, though. But that'll be for Demon 192. So, 3 demons beaten today. Not bad. Decode X, Theory of Skrillex, and Butterfly Effects. And the next 2 levels after Forbidden also end with X. So, plenty of X's to go around. But yeah, pretty exciting. I did not get to 200 demon levels before Metroid Prime 4 came out, but got pretty close. And let's see, how many more demon grinding streams will there be before the end of the year? There'll be 2. So I'd really have to lock the fuck in if I wanted to get 200 demon levels before the end of the year. I don't think it'll happen, but we're probably going to get pretty close. So yeah. Before we sign off for the night, let's take a look at how many matches we're up to on the Smack Row. We're at 20,901. Pretty good. I will be live again tomorrow night, aka Monday night, playing some more Pokemon X. And we will likely be getting another gym badge. And moving onward along the routes, probably get to Coumarine City, maybe get the Good Rod for our next team member, maybe get another gym badge along the way. And yeah, should be pretty exciting. And then this upcoming weekend, Friday night, for Black Friday, we're doing Randomizer Holiday. We're going to be finishing off Galaxy 2 on Randomizer Holiday. Then that Saturday is going to be a level request stream for Geometry Dash, so be sure to tune into that if you've got level requests. And then, of course, we'll be streaming Metroid Prime 4 the day probably after that comes out, because it comes out on a Thursday. We've got some pretty good, exciting streams planned, both in Geometry Dash and the backlog, and also everything else. So, that's all I have for you today. And with all that said, keep looking forward, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.